Okay, welcome to today's live stream. We're working with smart aquaculture data like this fishing trip model. And a fishing trip is based on a date and a time in a particular time zone. And we need we need a way to specify those date times in a way that makes sense, that's user-friendly. So, mm, So this is an input text box that's just text, string-based, and it doesn't help you put in the date or time. This is an input that is based on dates and times, but it doesn't include the time zone. And these are attributes of WebAwesome's input component. And it's actually native input stuff as well, where you can specify the date and the date time local, but there's nothing that really addresses time zones and being able to configure a time zone. So I think what we want to do is in the fishing trip model, we're going to add a new field. We have this departure date field. But what I want to add is a time zone field to time zone. I'll make this a string, and the display name is going to be time zone. And the local time zone fishing trip departed, departure and arrival dates. Departure and arrival dates are based on. And this is going to be the first field in this row. So this is, we're going to not put it as a column, but we're going to put it as row 3, cell 0. This is going to be a column, but it's going to be row 3, cell 1, and row 3, cell 2. And this is going to be based off of the site request dot get config dot get string config keys dot site zone. We already have a default site zone for the application. So let's just try this at first. So I'm going to make sure my code generation tool is running. Journal CTL space dash dash user space dash dash user dash unit watch space watch dash smart dash aquaculture. Let's see, what did I do wrong? Journal CTL. Oh, wait. System CTL dash dash. Oh, wait. Sorry. I think we don't put dash dash user here. Okay. That's right. Dash F. All right. So when I save this file, it should do some code generation for us. Okay. Um, Now, the next step is to regenerate the API and the database scripts because this has no concept of time zone until we rebuild the Smart Aquaculture API. But now it does right here. At this point, we should be able to stop and start the Smart Aquaculture application and see what our new form looks like. So we come over here and go to fishing trip, refresh. So now we have a time zone. It didn't create a default value. So maybe what I need to do is update this record. So I'm just going to make the name a new fishing trips and then go back. And look, it automatically, when it saved this record, it automatically put in the time zone. And the default one is America, New York. So in this way, we are able to we would be able to reconfigure this to be a different time zone. But my code generation doesn't seem to be setting the right type of input field on here. So let's figure out how we do that. We're going to add a new feature to the Computate code generation platform. It's going to be in this file, and I'd have to remember where it is. Because I thought we kind of handled this in some places, but I think it's going to be in here somewhere. So it's not a signature field. It's not a Boolean. It's not a local time. It's a zoned date time, and this puts in type equals text. So this obviously needs to change. This would be based on the WebAwesome one here, which is datetime-local. And then for, let's see, we have local dates handled here. This is type date. That's good. These are datetime local. Local time is text. Oh, there is a time type. So let's do that one here. All right, so if I save that, and sometimes I need to do a Maven install and sometimes not. Let me just see if this is happy if I just touch this file. Okay, it's touched. And now if I come to the fishing trip and refresh, at least we have this now. But the problem is it wasn't able to format that date into a time into this format. So that is kind of tricky. What about this thing does? Oh, it pops up the calendar. Nice. So we need to learn more about this date time dash local type. Um, like how does it store the value? Let's take a look. Date time local. I don't think it has an example. So let's click edit and change this code. We're going to add a departure date. And we're going to add a type local. Oops. All right, so it's got this. So if I click the calendar, oops, click this, set it to today. Oh, it doesn't have an input for the time. So you kind of got to do that manually. So 11:02 a.m. Let's inspect this now. Let's add a ID equals departure date. Let's put this date back in there. Today at 11:02 a.m. And then you can do some JavaScript in the debugger. And let's see here. So we do document dot query selector departure date. Wait. Okay, I guess I'm doing something wrong here. Uh, what am I doing wrong? Departure date. Oh wait, there it is. Okay, I found it. So it's this WA input. And then if we look at the docs again, the current value of the input submitted as a name value pair. So then we should be able to do debugger, query selector. Wait, oh, I'm in the wrong place. CodePen. Dot value. And this is how it provides the value to the input. 2025 05 14 T, big T, 11:02. Um, Well, it's not great, but I'm just conflicted. I don't know what should we do in a situation like this? Because if I go to fish populations and you look at Boston shrimp and you look at primary, this section here. So this has all the details that we need, including the zone, but we're kind of stripping that out here. We are using slashes. It's very, very similar. It's just missing the zone. So I think what we can do is we'll go to the computate project. For this zone datetime section, we format the value with this format. And the VV part, let's see, the VV part is the time zone. So maybe we just need to leave that out. Let me check. So we have a different one available that is, oh wait, no, it's not the same thing. Do this. Lowercase d's and 3 big D's are different, so we gotta do this carefully. The goal is to preserve internationalization with all this as we go. So I saved that. That's the English version. The French version, see, English is month slash day slash year space hour colon month minute space AM PM. So here's the French way. Tell me if this doesn't look right. Day dash month dash year space 24-hour colon minutes. Day. So we do this one. Get rid of the time zone. And then I'm going to open up Maven install. Okay, and then I'm also going to Maven install computate because you want to make sure that dependencies get resolved correctly between these three projects. So we did that. And then here you now have this string available, which might help show the value in the input field. So let's try this. If we regenerate this fishing trip class, we do that. We refresh the page here. Let's look at the value of this. The value is 5/12/2025 space 2:12 p.m. Oh, that's not how it was in the code pen, as I recall. If you look at the debugger, it should be 2025-05-14 T 11:0:02. So it's basically ignoring internationalization here for the input. And in that case, plus it has 24-hour time instead of AM, PM. So we also have to do that different, I suppose. Let's try this. This should be more like, I think we put that in apostrophes. Let's call this, whoops, dash. No, it should be slash. No, no, no. Actually, this one doesn't depend on internationalization at all. So maybe we're just going to strip this out. And instead of doing internationalization, we're going to kind of hard code it here. DD/MM/YY/THHMM. All right, let's see what this looks like in the browser. Do fishing trip. Let's see if we actually got this right. Maybe not. So what does the value look like? It looks like 12/05/2025 T 14:12. I don't see what's wrong with that. So let me go back to the code pen and copy this value. Where do I copy that? Well, I guess I'll type it in. Input value equals quote 2025 slash 05 slash 14 T 10 or 11:02. That doesn't work. Let's try it with dashes. Oh, well, that works. What about 13:02? Okay. So then we come back here. We change this to a dash. And save this. Refresh this page. 12/05 2025 T 14:12. I wonder why that didn't work. 12/05 2025. Oh, it's year, month, day. Okay, we're almost there. So then we do year dash big M's, because big M's are months, little m's are minutes. Okay, save that. Save this, regenerate some code, and refresh the page. Hey, we did it. We got our date time in there. It's missing the time zone, but maybe we could get the time zone to show up in here. That would be pretty cool. Let me think. So we do we could add one of these format zone date times and put it in the label. So if we do and then we already saw that actually we could do it like this. So what did I just change? I did this. I added a parenthesis, but I'm going to get rid of that. And then and put this in as the format. And now we regenerate this. And refresh the page. Oh, you didn't quite get it for some. Oh, wait. No, I lie. Look at that. It did it. America, New York. Wonder why I didn't do it up there. Oh, that's the time zone. Yeah, it did it. Yay. So cool. Um, we got it to dynamically set that. Now, I'm out of time, but the next step is to actually get the submit to work so that if I change this value, what's it going to send? It sends an error, which is about what I expected. What is the response? It says invalid date 2025 0512 T 1512 cannot be parsed. So that is the next step. But at least we got this far. We got the the time zone to appear here, and we got this input to work. So I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, thanks for joining. I got to jump to another call.